Your frequency is your currency. If you get this, you will receive with ease everything you need to live a life beyond your wildest dreams. Let me break this down for you. Our frequency is our energy. It is our consciousness. It is the vibe that we are putting out there. It is what is attracting to us from our state of being, what is in vibrational resonance with that frequency. We only get what we are a vibrational match for. So when we are the masters of our frequency, instead of letting the outside world control and dictate and impact and trigger and change our frequency, when we cultivate and create the ability to be conscious, to be present, to choose how we want to be, to choose to be present, to feel what we're feeling, to take responsibility for our reality, our frequency rises, which means our currency rises. Think of it this way. So this just came through in frequency mastery, and I feel like it's really powerful. If you right now were to go to another country, you would most likely have to go to the bank and exchange your current money for whatever currency that country takes money in. That's how you're going to pay. That's how you're going to get what you want once you're there. If you are trying to fix and problem solve and manipulate and do all of this work to make things happen, to manifest, you're trying to get other people to be how you want them to be, you feel like you need all of these certain things so that things work out for you, you are in a frequency of lack, of limitation. So that is what you are going to receive. If you are here, conscious and awake and aware in the new earth, then you will understand this. You now have to change the currency that you are paying in. Before, in the old earth, you paid in the currency of doing the work, of healing, of focusing, of pressure and hustle and getting things done. And that was the reality you were getting in return, right? The more hard work you put in, the more you did, the more you focused on your problems and trying to fix them and doing the right things, and things would start to happen, but then you're getting more of that back in return. There may be some leftover, you may get some like of what you paid back. So if you were putting in good intention, you may get good intention back from other people, but you're still in that same structure, paying with the same frequency. So now in the new earth, we have to change our currency. We have to be in the frequency of love. We have to be living in heart-based consciousness. You can't live in ego-based consciousness. You can't pay in ego-based consciousness in the new earth. We have to pay in the frequency of love and be the frequency of love. And the more that we are the frequency of love, which happens through us being how feels best for us, doing what we love doing, being the light, being the high energy, the high frequency, the high vibration version of us, the more that that frequency of us is what is being given to the world, we are going to receive more of that. So if then you're in heart-based consciousness and you're focusing on giving your energy and your frequency to the things that excite and ignite you, that is what you're then going to get in return. You're going to get more of that heart-based consciousness. You're going to get more things that you need to live the life beyond your wildest dreams. You're going to be divinely compensated in whatever currency you are paying the world in. You are always abundant. Abundance is always here. You get everything you want and need, but whatever frequency you are in is going to then be dictating what currency you are receiving back. It's quantum physics. It's just how it works. This is proven time and time again. There are so many scientific facts that our frequency and our consciousness create our reality. Whatever you are conscious of is what you are experiencing. You cannot experience anything other than what you are conscious of. So if you are wanting a life where you feel abundant, where you feel free, where you get to just do what you want to do, where you get to follow your dreams, where you get to create what you want to create, then you have to be in the frequency, in the mindset. You have to be keeping your consciousness on things that align with that. If that's what you're wanting, but then you have your consciousness focused on your lack, on your limitations, on how other people have it, but you don't, on how no one in your family has ever believed in you. Whatever stories you're telling yourself, whatever you're creating in your consciousness is what's creating your reality. Reality is a mirror of our inner state. So when we start to see that our frequency is our currency and our frequency is what we are giving the world, which is then what we are going to get in return, we want the frequency of love, of light, of abundance to just flow naturally, innately through us as it's designed to. But the fun of this human journey is that we have been on these human journeys and we have things stored in us due to our ego-based consciousness. We have things stored in us that get bumped into by life. So when we're living in heart-based consciousness, we'll start to see where we aren't free based in what triggers and activates us in our consciousness, in our belief system. So as you're living life, or maybe you listen to me and you go and you just live your day how you want to, and you be the identity you want to be, and you create the reality you want to create for that day, and you're going after your dreams and you feel really good, and then you get home and someone asks you, well, but did you do this? But what about groceries? But the laundry isn't done. Whatever it is, did you live a great life that day? Did you enjoy your moments? And then this thing bumps into you, and you then get to heal it. You get to quantum heal it by being there, feeling whatever is activating in you, bringing the heart-based consciousness, the lens of love, the perspective of love to it, and responding from there. So then saying, I chose to do what I wanted to do today, and I feel really good about it. And my frequency, my energy is great. Whereas if I had spent the day doing chores, I wouldn't feel like this. And I'm going to do them tonight. And I have all the energy because I just had a day that lit me up. And now I'm going to happily do the laundry, whatever it is. I just had to give really basic life things so that hopefully you get it. But is this making sense? How frequency is creating our reality, and how it really is our strongest currency. It is our most powerful currency. It is so much more important than actual money. You can do so much more with your frequency than you can do with money, because money does not create happiness. But if you are in a frequency of love, if you are in the frequency of bliss, of happiness, if you're in a frequency of abundance, of gratitude, then that is what you're going to see in your reality. You can be in the frequency of working hard, of hustle, of being really accomplished and getting all of this stuff done and having all this money in your bank account and owning a bunch of things, and be really fucking miserable. Right? But when we allow ourselves to just be who we naturally, innately are, following our own, every single person has their own sacred frequency. And when you are in it, it makes you irresistible to what you need to live a life beyond your wildest dreams. But you have to do the work to have your belief system be to the level that is willing to receive what is showing up for you. And if you don't feel worthy, or if you don't trust in whatever is coming to you, if you don't trust in the unknown, if you aren't willing to live a life that you haven't lived before, because that's the only way that you're going to get the life that you don't have, then it's not going to work. You can listen to me and it can resonate, but then you can go back into your normal 3D reality, into all the limitations and lack and struggling and challenges, and just focus on those, and you're going to keep getting those. Even if you had 20 minutes of listening to me and feeling really good, it's still for you and it's working, and eventually something will click for you. I know this. If you're still listening and this is resonating, then you have the power, you have the ability to change your frequency, to be a magnet for everything that you need to live the healthiest that you can live, to live in a life where you have everything you need for your well-being, everything that really is what feels good and right for you. That is what you're here to receive. And you are not the one person that isn't true for. Every single person this is true for. Every single person is worthy. Yes, a lot of people have made choices, have done things, have had circumstances that have created situations where maybe they weren't acting as their highest and best. But at any point, in any moment, you can choose to be the identity that is being the frequency of love, that is choosing to live in heart-based consciousness, that is choosing to see the good, the light, that is choosing to bring the light to any and every circumstance. And the more that you allow this to happen, and the more that when the triggers come up, you allow them, you illuminate them, you bring the light to them, they'll be triggered and blocked as long as you hold on to them, and then eventually you'll let them go. And the more your energy will flow, the more your Shakti will rise. And the more that your Shakti, your frequency, your energy rises, the more you will get in return what you are a vibrational match for. But we have to choose to make the decisions, to take the actions, to do the behaviors that are aligned with the life and the identity that we want to be. And that doesn't happen by just sitting and listening to YouTube videos every day. You listen to them when you need to for the reminder as they show up for you, but then you have to live it. You have to be it. You have to choose it. No one else can do it for you. So your frequency is your currency. And I want you right now to look at your life, look at your reality, and see how the way that you are being, your inner state, is creating your reality. And this is really powerful because reality then is a mirror for how you are in here, inside, in your heart, in your being. So if you are neglecting yourself, if you aren't choosing to do things that you love, if you aren't choosing to live a life that you love to, if you aren't choosing to give yourself the time to love yourself, to listen to yourself, to be with yourself, to heal yourself by living, then that's the reality you're going to see. That you're going to see proof of that in your reality. A lot of you possibly are. The only reason that you aren't getting what you want, the only reason that you feel that these things that I say aren't true for you, that you feel like you don't know how to live in a higher level of consciousness or frequency, even though this is resonating for you, is only because you are not taking the action steps to do it. You are not doing it. You are not following through. You are not showing up as the identity of you that you want to be. You are not making your reality a match for how you want to feel. You are the creator. And the more you consciously choose what you are doing based in what feels best for you, in following the good frequency, in following what lights and excites you, then you will see yourself being paid in that same frequency. So hopefully this is helping you all see the power of your energy, your frequency, your consciousness. You can choose. You always are choosing. You can choose to live unconsciously or superconsciously. You can choose to just let the coding, the programming that has been running the show continue to go, keeping you alive as long as you want to. Or you can start to choose to do better for yourself, to love yourself now exactly as you are, because you are perfect. You are perfect right here and now. There is no other way that you can be than the way that you are right now. And the more that you allow yourself to love and accept this version of you and see that from here on, it is always this or better. So this is great. You are here. You are alive. You are breathing. And then just take each moment as it comes as an opportunity to be who you want to be, to make the choices that feel right for you. And the things that aren't serving you, the beliefs, the things in your life that you don't love, they will start to shift and change. But they aren't going to shift and change by you just not liking them and wanting things to be different. You have to start to actually do the things to make the changes in your life so that your reality shifts and changes. And you wouldn't still be listening to this and resonating with me if you didn't have the power to do this. You're clearly conscious and awake and aware enough to understand and comprehend this on some level. So whatever is activating within you, whatever is resonating is true, whatever you know you need to do to feel good, go and do that. Just do whatever feels good for you. Don't overcomplicate it. I say a lot of things to help you guys self-consciously, because your self-conscious wants proof, it wants story, it wants knowledge, but the most powerful thing and the highest form of communication is behavior, is doing it, is following through, is showing yourself that you are there for yourself, that you follow through on what you want to do, is choosing to go after your dreams. And that dream could just be that you want to go for a walk every day. That dream could just be that you want to be more present with your children. That dream could just be that you, whatever it is. It doesn't need to be some monumental thing. It can be the tiniest little things. Those are usually the most powerful and most important, that will lead you to the bigger. Your highest self, your superconscious mind, is always giving you clues, little breadcrumbs to lead you to the life beyond your wildest dreams. So the more that you are in the frequency and vibration of how you want to be, and you see these clues, you see these things that you want to do, you follow the things that excite and ignite you, you will see your dream reality start to appear, and then it just evolves and expands. And the more you open your heart and the more you open your mind, which gets really easy, the more you're living in the frequency that feels best for you, the more you will be mind blown by how it is just so much better than you could have ever comprehended. But everything that you currently enjoy, are curious about, want to do, is all for you. So start to follow that. Put your focus, put your frequency, put your energy, put your time, your awareness, everything that you can in the moment, it's all that matters, into what lights and excites you. That's all you got to do. And that will raise your frequency, which will then raise your energetic bank account, which will then give you more to give, and then you will receive more. In the new earth, we give and receive. We don't keep and take. We aren't just trying to avoid things not happening and make other things happening that we think we want to happen. We're just living. We're experiencing, we're expressing ourselves. And it gets so wildly, like there's not words for how good it is. The more that you just trust and follow through on what you want to do, that you don't know why you want to do it. Like the more you don't know why something is calling to you to do, it's most likely going to be the most powerful and magical thing that you can do. The more you follow the urges and the excitement that you can't conceptualize, you can't give reason to, the more that you follow through on those things, the most groundbreaking magic will happen for you. I promise. Okay. That's it for today's video. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. If you like this video, please like it, share it, subscribe if you haven't. Let me know below anything you want to share. Let me know below where you're from. I keep forgetting to ask you guys where you're from. Let me know where you're from. And if you want to join us for Frequency Mastery, the link is below. Okay, love you lots.